Mr. Moore, you're a filmmaker. What makes you qualified
what do you
to...
think,
Over here.
Mr. Moore, what do you think about the Democrats and interest groups like the nurses using you for political mileage in the healthcare debate and their own proposals?
Actually, I thought it was the other way around. I'm here in the I think each of us are doing this together in the hopes of sparking, igniting a movement across California and this country where the people of America are covered once and for all, and where profit no longer is the deciding factor. So I'm very honored to be standing here with them. I think they're very happy that a film is going to come out and reach millions of people, and we hope people will leave the theater energized and wanting to do something about this.
Two questions. Mr. Moore?
Yes.
You have focused on... You have focused on injured workers in your movie.
Pardon me,
You focused on injured workers in your movie, part of your movie, on injured workers. In California, under Proposition or Ballot Initiative 899, Senate Bill 899, workers' compensation was deregulated. And as a result of that, thousands of injured workers are homeless and are not getting health care. Some are committing suicide. Why did you focus on injured workers, number one? And number two, the legislature apparently, even if they do pass a bill, it will probably be vetoed by the governor, who doesn't want any kind of reform of health care, probably. So would you support a ballot initiative in California to go to the people in 2008, November 2008, to actually vote for single payer?
Well, anything that moves towards single payer is a good thing, and I would support that. As far as the governor goes, I think that this group and the people of the state can move him toward the right conclusion. And I'd like to just, very respectfully remind the governor that very healthy body that he brought to this great country many years ago was helped in part because he grew up with universal free health care in the wonderful country of Austria.
Mr. Moore, as a filmmaker, what makes you qualified to weigh in on this issue? This is pretty serious stuff. You're talking about, people's lives at stake here. You're just a filmmaker. What makes your opinions, your thoughts more valuable than the next guy on the street?
This is the one issue, actually, where all of us are experts on, because we all have to go to the doctor. We all have to fight with the insurance company. We all have to deal with our parents as they get older and they find out that the Plan D doesn't cover everything that they said it was going to cover. This is a universal issue. It knows no political stripe. Democrats get sick, Republicans get sick, independents get sick. We all have a vested interest in this, and I, as a citizen of this country, have that interest. And I've decided to spend the last 2 years of my time trying to make things better by making this film. So
can I ask about
because you want to go to a woman because the men speak louder. Any women want to ask questions?
Well, I'm good.
Mr. Moore, have you received press until this point for your movie?
I'm sorry, there was a guy talking. I couldn't hear the beginning.
Have you received press for this movie, putting aside the trip that you did to Cuba until this point?
No, well, you'll see when you go to see the movie that we didn't set out to go to Cuba. We set out to go to America. I took the 9/11 rescue workers who are not receiving health care in New York City. I took them to our naval station in Guantanamo Bay, which happens to be on the island of Cuba. So wait till you see the movie. As far as the threats, the only real threats I've received are from really the pharmaceutical companies, and they're not. I don't know. Actually, my biggest problem was just insuring this movie. I paid out something like $64,000 of insurance for Fahrenheit 9/11. I think I'm approaching $800,000 that I've had just to get this film insured because no insurance company wanted to insure a movie that was about insurance. So but the threats from the pharmaceutical companies and the health insurance companies actually haven't been directed toward me. They've been directed to their own employees, and the employees have sent me the internal memos where they've been threatened not to talk to me, not to let me interview them. And if I do show up, Pfizer had a Michael Moore hotline that employees were to call. Some agencies put their employees through training sessions, how to deal with Michael Moore should he show up. One pharmaceutical company hired a psychological profiler to figure out how to get me off the subject. Should I,
Yeah, we got
hold
that
of the CEO?
Michael, can I just understand completely, the person you're standing next to, Speaker Nunez, has a health plan that I'm sure he's told you a little bit about. It doesn't cover everyone so far in California, and it still uses the private insurance industry. What do you think about that?
Well, that's the system that we all have. I mean, I actually have 3 health plans because I belong to Directors Guild, Writers Guild, and SAG. Why should I have 3 plans and 47 million Americans have no plans? I mean, we are all part of what I believe is a broken and corrupt system. And that has to change. And I'm absolutely certain, if he doesn't mind me speaking for him, that Speaker Nunez and the other representatives here would be more than happy to make sure that the people of this state are as covered as any elected representative. And I'll just let you close with that.
Well, no, I mean, I think the way you mischaracterize, you're right, it doesn't cover everyone, because I can't get a 2/3 vote from the legislature. Otherwise, it would be a bill that would cover everybody in California. It's always been our goal to do a fundamental reform to provide coverage to every Californian. But if you can find 2 Republicans in the Senate and 6 in the Assembly that will go along with us, we're happy to make the amendment on our bill in 2 minutes to do that. And we've got to go with a simple majority bill. Reality as it is, we still, under our bill, cover 2.6 million people, including the 800,000 children that Michael talked about, and allow for the majority of Californians that make $62,000 or less to get full comprehensive health care coverage in California, and still require every insurance company to spend 85 cents of every buck they take in back into patient care, and not give them the opportunity to pick and choose and cherry pick which patients they're going to take and which patients they're not. We require them to take any and all people to provide them with health care coverage. So this is significant coverage. It's more significant than anything that's been done anywhere in the country, but it's not universal health care. That's really where we want to go. But this is a step in the right direction. As one would say, we're not going to let, in this case, the perfect get in the way of the possible or the good, but we're still going to move to the governor a single-payer health plan. And who knows, maybe he watches the movie and other people, he likes to play a role. No, he likes movies.
Thank you, guys.
No, but before you, let me just also say this, because I think credit is due here. I mean, the governor, for all intents and purposes, did put a proposal out there to cover a lot of people, and I think he should be given credit for that, including all the children in this state. And it would be great if he had at least a handful of Republicans upstairs that would actually follow his lead, because if that were the case, then we'd be talking about a broader health care plan for everybody.
His plan isn't the right plan,
Right.
But it was a very non-traditional Republican thing for him to do, to even say that this is a priority. I watched the Republican debate for president last week, and the attention given to this is not paid, and at least Governor Schwarzenegger has said it's a problem. Recognizing the problem, right, the old cliche, you're halfway there. So he's done that, and now with the help of Speaker Nunez, with the California nurses, and with the Senate Bill 840 and the other things that are happening, I think that we'll be able to push things along. Everyone on this stage supports single payer. That's the way, the only way, we all know that's the only way it's going to work to guarantee that everyone is covered and everybody gets good quality care.
Thank you very much.